Welcome back to our YouTube channel. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button below. Today we're going to do an unboxing on this box that we just received from the REFOX people. It is a UV curing box. If you're doing refurbishing and you're doing Samsung or curved screen phones, this is a curing box. We're going to show you more about it once we get it unboxed. But let's go ahead and flip this over because it looks like there's some lettering here. I was looking at the package. Yes, so this has been already opened, as you can see here, by Customs. So it was opened and resealed by Customs. So resealed. We will check it out now. So it looks like Customs wanted to take a look inside and make sure something that's not supposed to come our way wasn't coming our way. We will go ahead and check it out and make sure everything was in one shape. Look at that. The first thing we see is that REFOX logo and some cable. Let's get this out of the box and into the table and check it out. So as you can see, this is model RM26, and this is something you can use if you're doing refurbishing. But that's not all. You can also use this machine if you are doing iPad repairs. And as you know, iPad displays are very expensive, extremely expensive to replace if you do break it while you're opening the iPad, for example, to change a battery or fix something internally, whether it be Wi-Fi or charging port cable. All right, let's get into some specifications. First of all, let's see the size. And we're looking at approximately 15 3/4, so just under 16 inches. From the bottom to the top, we are at just under 6.5 inches. And from the back to the front, we are at 13.5 inches. So there's your measurements there. So looking at the back side, we have our breaker switch here. So if you want to cut the power to the unit, you have your breaker here. And then you have your connector for your cable, which, as we showed in the beginning, it came with the box. And interesting, we have some fans here. 1, 2, 3 fans, and there's a filter type media here, and then I believe this is so you can pull the filter out and replace it as needed. But what I would try to do first is this side here, the surface, because it looks like it's carbon. Yeah, it's carbon in there. The surface, if the surface gets a little clogged up, I would just get a vacuum and clean it, and maybe that way your filter can last a little longer. Going back to the front. In the front, we're going to open the tray, and as you can see, there's plenty of space. If I measure from one area to the other, there's like some rubber material here. Let me see if I can get a better close-up picture or close-up for you. So there we go. It's completely open, and let's see what is our limits here. It goes 13 5/8. So the interior part of the drawer is 13 5/8. And if we go from the back of the drawer to the front, it's not going to show on camera, but we've got approximately 11.5 inches. So this will accommodate a very large display easily, no problem. And then we'll accommodate multiple phones. So you can set up phones not only here, but on the back side too, depending on the size of the phone, of course. So if it's a Pro Max or plus size phones, you probably get in less. But if you get like the smaller phones, you can get a bunch in there and at one time get them in the curing box. Now, I mentioned at the beginning that this is good if you're refurbishing curved screens, but also if you are using the machine to also get those large iPad screens, you can put a tempered glass protector on it and use a suction cup material. There's machines out there. One of them is made by TBK that helps bring up the screen But if you don't want to break the screen because there's a bunch of cracks on it and you want to use a suction, what you do is you put the UV curing glue on the glass, on the tempered glass over the iPad, put it in here, turn on the machine, and get that tempered glass to adhere to the display, and then use your suction to get it out. Next, we're going to show you how you can program your REFOX RM26 to have presets. That's what these two buttons are for. So you have Start 1 and Start 2. All these buttons basically do is they are your preset buttons, so you can preset how much time you want the UV lights to go on there. So we're going to try doing this by pressing your settings button. So that's going to be your set button. It's the one on the top left. We're going to press that. And then through the up and down buttons, you can hit minus here or plus. So let's try that again. So you see how it's going up or down? So let's say I want it to be at 45 seconds, okay? So 45 seconds, and I'm going to press enter and then start. And as you might not hear it because the fans are in the back, but at this point I'm hearing the fans running in the back. I can actually feel the air, and it's going to count down all the way to 0. So once it's finished, it beeps. I'm going to flip the breaker in the back. Just turned it off now. And I'm going to turn it back on. And we're going to see if by just pressing Start 1, which is my preset, we'll do 45 seconds. And as you can see, it is doing that. It's at 45 seconds. So we're going to cut the video here and then also set a preset for start number 2. So we're going to do the same thing we previously did. We're going to press settings and we're going to set, let's see, there's F2, so that would be the second one. And we're going to set it at, let's make the second one Let's make the second one 1 minute, which will be 60 seconds. And then we're going to hit enter. So start 2, and there you go, 60 seconds. So as you can see, you can have your 2 preset buttons to whatever parameters you would like to use. You can do it for 45 seconds, 1 minute, whatever time you want. But as you can see, you just have to use your set button up here, and then your plus and minus how many seconds you want to do it. And then of course you hit enter, and then you press the preset button that you want to use. So hopefully this helps you get it. We're going to post a link in the description where you can get this machine. Like I said, if you are into refurbishing, or if you want to save the cost of replacing one iPad alone when you're removing it, if it's severely cracked, this machine will help you get a tempered glass over it, and the cost of the machine will surely pay back for one damaged iPad in just one occurrence. So if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button below. We greatly appreciate it. We'll see you next time.